believe it or not, I have actually married a couple right under this, which I believe is a Saturn V rocket. And the wedding I've got today is within 5 minutes of here, and I've got a little bit of time. So, I want you to join me for a little journey into space. A12 ox cart, Arca 127, one of 13 A12s, including 12 operational and 1 training. Only 7 remain. It was part of CIA's Operation Black Shield in 1967. Ewok. playing movie. George Lucas. Alright. Oh wow. Okay, so we got ancient books. And then this one goes back. Let's see. From Earth to the Moon, 1865. That'd be a book worth looking up. For the collection of Frederick Ordway III. And the moon car. Of course, if you're old enough, you remember 2001: A Space Odyssey. Which year was that? 1968, yep. And of course, who do we have here? Star Trek. Oh yes, everybody remembers Don Knotts and his Space Odyssey. And look at that, from Earth to the Moon, that classic cartoon. Look how that resembles. What's his name's ship? Snoopy's on the moon. And believe it or not, when I was a preteen, I stayed in this man's living room in his house, along with his wife and my father, in Huntsville, up on the mountain. Yep, sure did. I was young, I remember it, but I don't really remember the details of the conversation at all. And they moved him to D.C. and he grew a beard in an act of rebellion. So this is just a bunch of children's activities, I believe.
sunrise or a sunset every 45 minutes. So imagine having that astronaut getting to look out, seeing that view of a sunrise or sunset every 45 minutes. So it could be a little confusing to an astronaut when the sunrise and sunset having multiple of those a day. So you get a little off on your schedule.
Space and Rocket Center's Underwater Astronaut Training. This is a scaled-down version of the neutral buoyancy tank used by astronauts at NASA's Johnson Space Flight Center in Houston as part of their training. The UAT is designed to simulate working in a zero-gravity environment or microgravity. This is what astronauts will encounter while they're working.
Before you sleep, you have to zip yourself up in the bag because you float around in space and race. You have to fall asleep and just float around and float yourself. Because you're in space, you have to lay down and float in the air. Yeah, but if you open them up, you gotta make sure that you have water where it's floating. But you can strap yourself to each one or something.
So you get a feel of the space station. Interesting here, huh? Alright, this is as far as they let you go. They don't let you go through these, but they got a whole mock-up. And it's a beast. It is a beast. I'm doing kind of a quick walkthrough. How does air conditioner cool the air? Okay. Science. Thank you, air conditioning science. Yes. We're lined up out there for. They must be going to space camp. They're going through that space. There's a long run there. Okay, this is a park, and I don't know. I'm gonna see what this beast is here. All right, this is what Pathfinder rode on, right? Pathfinder has helped teach Rocket Center guests and Space Camp trainees about the Space Shuttle program since its installation in 1988. During that time, the sun, rain, and winds damaged the wood and fiberglass shell. In 2021, Pathfinder was brought down from the shuttle stack, and the damaged outer shell was stripped away to begin an in-depth inspection and restoration project. Okay, so the shuttle itself, I guess, is used to rest on top of this, and it's now in a restoration. 3 phases just began this year. Remove Pathfinder from the stack and prepare for inspection. Phase 2, determine the extent of restoration work needed and associated costs, and restore Pathfinder based upon Phase 2 assessment. So, Pathfinder, built at Marshall Space Flight Center in 1977, installed here in 1988. There you go. That's what Pathfinder Road, or would be stacked on right there. Give you a good sense of size, right? Wow. So all these people are lined up, and that is the space camp over there. So I'm not going to go any, I don't think I'm supposed to go any further, but they're oh, there, yeah, they got their suitcases. These kids are signed up for space camp, and they are going to go, they're going to be in space camp. That's what it is. Okay, that's what that is. That's that that building over there. Oh, these guys, I don't know how many, there's quite a few going to be there. I don't know how long. You can look that up, but I don't know how long that this kid stay there. This is the T-38 Thailand supersonic jet trainer. Since the 1960s, NASA astronauts have trained for the stresses of spaceflight and high-altitude two-seater supersonic T-38 Talons. Developed by Northrop Grumman, T-38 became the world's first supersonic jet trainer in 1961 when it entered the service for the U.S. Air Force. The jet's acrobatic capabilities made it ideal for Air Force pilots to train to fly fighters and bombers, and for NASA astronauts to hone their piloting skills and get accustomed to G-forces of liftoff and re-entry. It's nicknamed the White Rocket. T-38 requires only 2,300 feet of runway and can ascend from sea levels to 30,000 feet in 1 minute. T-38 on display here was delivered at NASA Johnson Space Center in 1965 and supported Gemini and Apollo programs. This is a shuttle training aircraft, Gulfstream 2 C-11A or G-1159. It's a hybrid. Chief among the many changes made the Gulfstream G-2 for use as shuttle training aircraft, STA, is the highly modified cockpit in order to provide the most realistic approach to landing training possible. All the original controls on the pilot side of the G-2 were removed, replaced with hardware from the commander's side of the orbiter's forward flight deck. This included adding switches and panels that connected only to simulation computers, replacing the yoke with a joystick, gauges with screens, and more. As the shuttle flight decks were upgraded, so were the STAs. On the outside of the aircraft, the most obvious difference is the addition of the thrust reversers to the engines. The modifications allowed the jet aircraft to decelerate like the unpowered orbiter. I do not believe that under any circumstances would you want to be standing behind this. when those were ignited, and yeah, you wouldn't last a split second. Wow, huge beast, and the amount of fuel that went in those things. That is a major, well, it took the space shuttles up in space. There you go. So Louisiana out of this world, huh? This is all South Louisiana. Even a satellite orbiting ahead. Go ahead. gift shop. And that Louisiana, is that the way you pronounce it? She's all over NASA. And they've got... Anyway, there's your tour. Oh, look at that. You get a whole kit of toys. Let's see what they want for this. $30. And you can collect all of them. Miniature. Okay, there is my abbreviated tour. I've been in here more than once before, but it's been quite a while. And I didn't go through the whole thing because I don't have time. I just want to fill up some of my time doing something interesting before I go do this wedding. So that I did. So I hope you enjoyed the short NASA video, and as time allows, I've got a lot on me right now, so it's kind of hard to put out a lot of videos, but as I get a chance, I'll be doing it. So thank you for following and subscribing to the Abnormal Alabama YouTube channel.